I'm sorry, what did you say? Oh, okay.
I was just pushing the record button, so I remember that then when we start.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I can do it on the computer.
What time is it there, Lila?
It's 2 minutes before in the afternoon.
Have you gotten your higher unity yet?
No, probably on Monday or Tuesday.
I can't wait for you.
I know it's. I'm super pumped for it. Facebook.
Let's see if this is better. No.
I have valor and gratitude.
Oh, I have valor, higher unity, and abundance.
Nice.
I'm really excited for Nicole's event today. It is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
What is it about?
So a lot of people are donating Young Living items, like personal care items. And then we're going to have different stations and people are going to fill bags with these personal care items. And then on Wednesday, we're going with our families to go give them to people who are homeless in our community.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. So
good luck.
It'll be great.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Where did that disappear? Go back to Zoom. Okay, so I posted the link in the event. And I will post it in our chat group for the team, if I find it.
Hi.
Okay, great. Hello, Osa is online. Nice to see you.
Happy birthday!
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
I'm just posting the link all over Facebook so people will find the event or the meeting room.
Petra!
Hey!
I'm excited for you.
Ah, nice to see you.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
See you, Emily and Pietra. And who's that small, really, really small face? Can you come closer to the camera? Oh, Katarina. Nice to see you here too. So we will start in just a sec. I'm going to post the link one more time.
I'll share it.
Yeah. So I just share in the Sacred Healing Oil group that we are live. Post. I don't know if babies should drink alkaline water, but she's not getting super much, so I think it's okay. All right. So if more people, when more people drop in, they can just drop in because we want to begin. So you're going to get the water. Like that. And I'm going to unmute all so we don't have a lot of sound. And then I will make Allie the host. So thank you so much for joining. I'm so happy to have you here on this special day. And I'm super, super, super excited to hear all about what Allie and Kate will teach us on how to make a residual income from home and how to grow your team, make money, and help other people to better health, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. So this meeting is both for our team members in the Sacred Healing Vibration Oilers group, but also for new people that are interested in this business opportunity and health opportunity. So just talk to me afterwards or the person who invited you, and we are super happy to help you get started to change and build the dream life that you deserve. Thank you so much. I will now make Allie the host. Make host. Okay. Yes. And I will unmute myself. So thank you so much for being here. Sorry, I forgot to unmute Allie before, and now she's the host, so I can't unmute her. I'm so sorry.
I'm leaving. So, hey, you guys. So, I am Allie, and I am so excited to be here. I just think this is incredible, and I'm just really humbled and honored to be here. It really, truly is an honor. The greatest gift that you can give anybody is your time, because the time is the only thing that can escape you and that you cannot get back as well. You know, so your time is really, truly the best gift. Thank you. So I am one of the people in your group that can help you, can guide you, can be there for you, can be whatever type of support that you need. So my rank is silver, and we are pushing for the next rank, which is gold. And then I'm only one of your silver leaders. So we are really blessed and really fortunate to have not one, but two silver leaders on our team to really just give you everything we can, you know. So a little backstory, right? And one thing that I really want to emphasize is that everything, I feel like everything in life, right, starts with one. It just starts with one. My one thing was my daughter. So when my daughter, when she started, I'm a teacher. And so when my daughter was around 2, she started going to daycare. A friend of ours watched her until she was 2. And she was getting sick all of the time, but she also had chronic GI issues. So it was awful. It was awful. And her GI actually wanted to remove a portion of her colon when she was 2, which would have resulted in her having a colostomy bag now, and she'll be 8 in February. Okay, so that was my one why. We had to figure out a ways to help my daughter because Western medicine was not cutting it. And we knew that there were natural solutions out there that we had to have for my daughter. Her life was literally on the line, we felt. So then my one thing transitioned to going to one class. That one class was taught by Christian Axness, who is our platinum leader, who is going for diamond. And this one class forever changed my life. That one class led to purchasing one starter kit, and within that kit, the one oil peppermint rubbed on her belly, I truly and fully believe saved her life. She is now 8. We go to like our annual wellness visits, and life is good. Life is really good. And I'll never forget what it felt like to feel helpless, hopeless. We didn't have, when I say we had nothing, we had everything when you think about it in the sense of we had our family, right? But we also had nothing. We had to choose between paying a bill or putting food on our table. We had to choose between breathing life into our relationship or making sure we had dinner. You know, and I don't know if anybody's ever been through that or can relate to that or can somewhat relate to that. That's hard, and we were not designed to live like that. Okay, you were not created to live like that. Nobody was. Nobody was. So the one thing I want you to realize is that you are so unbelievably worthy. Okay, don't ever question that. Don't ever deny yourself that you are worthy of your heart's greatest desires, whatever they may be, okay? Cling to that and hold to that and know that that is your truth. That's your birthright, okay? So my one daughter, one class, one oil, right? And we actually use thieves, but I really like to go with the whole one thing. We use thieves on the bottom of her feet to support her immune system as well. And peppermint and thieves totally changed our lives, right? So we used oils for about a year. And throughout that year, my friend Christian would tell me, the way you write about these oils, the way you share, because I was sharing oils, but not really, I didn't really understand the whole process, I hadn't caught the vision yet, or really the vision hadn't caught us yet, right? So for about a year, I would tell Christian, no, no, I don't want that, because I'm not somebody that likes a whole lot of attention. I don't like to be on a stage. I like to be that person in the back that helps make things work, right? So for about a year, I told her, no, absolutely not. And then, like I said, that vision finally caught us. And that vision was my one oil, right? That peppermint or that frankincense, right? One drop of one oil can completely alter the paradigm for one person. It can completely alter the life, the legacy for one person. And that one person for me is on this screen, you guys, and that's Kate. So Kate was my one person. So I shared with her, and I shared from my heart because she was in a rough place, right? I saw her. I knew that in my heart, I am a giver. I love to give. I love to be able to be there for somebody. That truly fills my heart. So I saw my friend hurting, and so I wanted to help her in any way that I possibly could. So I sent her some oils, right? And those oils, the one drop, right, affected Kate in a way that she couldn't help. She now felt this responsibility and this desire, right, to cling on to something else besides herself and her situation. And then she shared with one person. And then that one person shared with another. And that is how we know Lila. So it just takes one person. And then, you guys, you see, my one friend, my Kate, turned into 450 people, okay, within 2 years. So one person, sharing with one person, can transcend and move into 450 people, okay? And now you're no longer looking at just one person, right? You're looking at a community of people. You're looking at, so you've got two choices really, right? So you can look at the individual piece and help the individual, or you can look at the community as a whole, right? Your village, your tribe, the people that you surround yourself with. And you can think, how can I impact in such a way that their lives are going to be changed and they're going to want to change somebody else's life? And you see, when that cyclical nature, that tiny ripple, that ripple turns into a tsunami of change and healing and love. And that's what it's about, that bigger picture, right? So Helen Keller said, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. And it's true. Alone, I changed one life, you know? But then together, that tsunami of change, it has now transcended just our little space in the United States, right? Just on the East Coast. That's where Kate and I are. And it has transcended across oceans and mountains to where you guys are. You know, I just think that is so amazing that it all took was one drop and one listening of the heart to say, you know what? I owe it. I owe it to my friend. I owe it to myself. I owe it to the life that was given to me. I owe it to make a change, to change somebody's life and to be there for somebody. To let them know that they are seen and heard and valued and so worthy, okay? So we've got the two choices, right? So we can look at the individual or we can choose to look at a community. And then that one vision can change entire communities. And then those entire communities are then growing together. You are no longer alone because you have so many people with you. So you guys, and then that growth just happens to also have a paycheck attached to it, okay? And there is nothing wrong or negative surrounding earning a check for helping people because it's what you do with the money that counts, right? So everything is a choice. You can either let money drive you or you can drive your money. And when you let money drive you, that's when greed and selfishness come into play. But when you drive your money, that is where the giving and life-changing things can happen. Because let's face it, right? Everybody needs money. It's just bottom line. Everybody's got to have money. And you can choose to look at it in one of two ways. You can choose to look at it like it's something you need because you want, right? You want a new car, or you want a new sofa, or you want things, things. And the things don't matter. It's what you do to change lives that matter. And so one of the big missions of my life, when we hit gold, this was our big diamond dream. But then my husband looked at me and he said, Allie, why would we wait to do something, to act when we're diamonds, when the money that we're going to get from gold can easily take care of that? And I just looked, and that's one of the reasons why I love him, because he sees people and he sees, it just was incredible. So this might be hard to hear for some people, but I believe that it's important. When I was 19, one of my friends suffered from mental health issues. She was bipolar. She was manic depressive. She was not well. She, on a particularly bad day, she was driving over an overpass, and her gas light came on. And she stopped the car on the overpass and said, I'm not worthy. She jumped off the overpass into oncoming traffic and then survived. Okay? Awful. Okay? That has forever stuck with me. But you know what? It does not stop with me. So our mission is we would like to create the Gaslight Project, because that money that we're getting is going to change lives. Okay, so our huge goal is to, on Christmas Day, I would love to send money to Lila, to send money to Kate, to send money to you, to go to the gas station, go look at somebody and go pay for their gas and go fill their tank. Because you never know why somebody is filling up their tank of gas. You never know why someone is choosing gas. Are they choosing to get gas because they're seeing a parent in hospice? Because I've done that. Are you choosing gas because you're fleeing a bad relationship? Are you choosing gas over feeding yourself, but you're feeding your kids, right? One tank of gas can unbelievably change a life. And that's what this type of money can do. Okay, and I want to be bold. I want to send thousands of dollars on Christmas Day to different people all over the world in order to buy a can of gas, to go fill a gas tank, to go change a life. That's the power of residual income. Okay, it doesn't stop with you. It goes through you and moves to other people. Through Young Living, you have the opportunity, the once of a lifetime opportunity, to change a life that you don't even know, right? You can change a life through Young Living without Young Living. That's the power of residual income. My husband, we were able to bring him home in July. His job was literally killing him. And we're pregnant with our third baby. And in April, for the first time, so when my daughter was born, my husband was able to stay home for 5 days. 5 days with us. Okay? And I felt lost. And I know that's why postpartum depression hit, right? Because I didn't have my partner. I was by myself. Solitude. It's hard. It's hard. I love my babies, but it's hard, right? With my son, my husband was able to stay home for 2 days with me. So then I had a 3-year-old and a newborn trying to make it work, right? Now with this baby, it'll be our first baby that we've had that we're both home. And we can both be there. And I can tell you one thing. I know that this experience will be completely different because my partner will be with me. And that is the power of residual income. So I'm telling you guys, and I'm begging you, I implore you, change your life by changing others. Because like Lila was saying, people as a whole, it's not just you, it's not just me, it's not just the people in this call, right? People as a whole are feeling lighter, healthier, brighter, happier because of one drop of one oil that was shared by one person. And so I just really implore today that you allow for that one person to be you, because you never know the impact that you can make. When I shared that one drop with Kate, I never in a million years thought that I would be here. I never envisioned this ever, not once. Never thought that I would be here speaking with Lila, speaking with all of you. So the tsunami of change happens, and it is the most incredible wave that you could ever ride. And I really implore you to say yes. So say yes to one, say yes to yourself, and breathe that birthright into action, you know? So my action step to you today is to seek deep into your heart. And then the first person that pops in your mind that you know would benefit from an oil, regardless of whether or not you have talked to them in a long time or a short time, you just saw them or you haven't spoken to them in 15 years. That person was put on your heart for a reason, and they are also worthy and deserving, just like you are. So my mission and my action step for you today is to reach just one person, to change one life, and then to watch the ripple happen, because it will, without a doubt, happen. The only way it wouldn't is if you chose to stop it. So with that, I will leave you, and Lila, I don't know if I can remake you the host or take you or unmute you. I believe in you guys. I believe in Lila. I believe in Kate. This is a remarkable opportunity, and I really pray and hope that you grab it and run with it, because your community depends on it. I love you guys so, so much. And if you need anything, find me on Facebook, or send me an email, or text me, or WhatsApp, or anything. I'm here for you. So I'm literally just a message away. Thank you so much, Lila.
Thank you so much. That was very, very inspiring. I got goosebumps when I heard this ripple effect. So this is actually the first time that I actually hear your story. It was amazing, super, super amazing. And I'm so glad that you can both be home for the birth of your next child.
I cry when I think about it, because it's truly. This baby wouldn't be here. This baby is truly a living baby. The ADP is a real supplement that makes real changes in your life. Just saying. So.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can make me the host or make Kate the host, because let me see if I can.
Let's see. I don't know how to do that.
If you click on participants,
okay,
there will be mute or rename.
I see. Kate, I'm renaming you.
No.
Oh wait.
What's
so enter. Name? Oh, it just enters a new screen name. That's funny that you can do that. More. I'll make host.
Okay, awesome.
Are you sure you want to change the host to Kate? Yes, I am.
Amazing. So thank you so much for taking your precious time for us, Allie. It was super inspiring. And we'll talk to you soon. Bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Allie. Wow, what a story of impact that she just told. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us. I feel so honored to be here. Like Allie said, I would never have imagined this the last 2 years ago. It's crazy. So my name's Kate. I'm a silver leader. Allie enrolled me. So I'll just tell you my story and how the starter kit changed my life. So I was a massage therapist in Florida, and I had my own massage therapy practice, and I was, able to live simply, but, kind of anything within a little outside of like if my car broke down, it was tight, or if I had to do something extra, it was kind of tight. And so, but I was okay with that. I was cool with it. You know, I don't mind simplicity. But then my sister got diagnosed with breast cancer. And then 3 weeks later, I got diagnosed with breast cancer. And I had to fly back to New York to be with her. And within that time that I was just visiting, I got diagnosed. So I had to leave everything. So I started chemo in a suitcase, and I had to leave my massage practice. I had to leave my home. I had to leave everything. I lost everything. So my sense of stability was gone within one moment, and I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what to do. My sister had stage 4 cancer, and I had stage 2. And Allie had sent me a book about oils, and I had used them in my massage therapy practice, but I wasn't using high quality oils. I didn't really use them like I do now daily. I was more using them on my clients, or if I took a bath. I didn't really live the lifestyle, the daily lifestyle. So Allie was like, just use them, but every day, like not just in your bath, not just on your clients, not just, you know, just every single day, use them. So I said, okay. And I started having a little bit more energy, and my chemo, when I always felt like I was going to get sick, you know, so I used Digest to kind of settle that. And I was just having a lot of effects physically and emotionally. And then fast forward about 11 months, my sister had to go on hospice. And she and I decided, well, before that, we decided to do Young Living together just as something to do while we were going through cancer, because we were both pretty much in a hospital bed. So, and I didn't have a job and I didn't have a purpose or anything. So we decided to just do something fun together while we were going through cancer. Well, we ended up doing one class together, and then she died 3 weeks later. But watching her transition into death with frankincense was really a very spiritual experience with the oils that I had. There was nothing that you can do. And when you're going through that and you're watching your loved one go through that, she was 35. She was so scared of dying. And I'm not saying, she was very faithful and she believed in God and she knew where she was going. But to be 35 and going through death, in watching that, you would literally do anything that you can to help comfort her in that transition. And for us, that was frankincense. She would literally go into a coma and come out asking for more frankincense, and she was in and out of consciousness. And the only thing that would calm that agitation was frankincense. And we anointed her with it while she was on hospice, and it really helped her transition into that higher frequency of death. So if Allie hadn't shared that starter kit with me, I would not have had frankincense to get us through that time. So I am forever grateful. And the thing is that story at the time, I didn't realize how often I would share that. So I want to reiterate the importance of having your own experiences with the product, with the oils, because those hard moments where the oils are helping you get through, that's going to be part of your journey and your story that's going to help someone else along the way. So now I'm grateful that I have that story and I can share it with others. So I didn't know it at the time that I would share it, but I'm glad that we had them to use so that I can share. So really using the oils in those hard times is huge. And then I fast forward like 18 months, I was in a kind of a bad relationship. It was kind of toxic. I kind of stayed with him through cancer because I felt like that was the only thing that I had, but I knew in my heart and in my gut that it was not meant to be, and it was sort of toxic. So I met Elizabeth. You guys know Elizabeth Wilson. She's your executive leader. And that's the beauty of this community, is you're going to get inspired by your leaders, and you're going to get inspired by the people that you meet when you are a leader yourself. So you're going to get inspired up and down and cross line, forward, backwards, and you're going to meet all of these amazing people that are going to help you through these times. So Elizabeth and I were talking one day, and she's like, use lemon essential oil on your solar plexus and look yourself straight in the eye every morning and tell yourself, I know who I am and I know how I serve. And I did that every morning, and it gave me the courage and the strength to get that out of me, to have the strength to move 2,000 miles away by myself back home and leave that toxic relationship. So I really have had an amazing spiritual, emotional, and physical experiences with the oils. So I urge you to just use them and create those testimonies, and also use our testimonies to help you. So I use Allie's testimonies sometimes, or I'll use Elizabeth's testimony sometimes if a person that I meet is struggling with a similar situation. So there's people that will reach out to me and say, hey, one of my people has cancer. Can you talk to them? Of course. Or, hey, I don't have kids, so we have a lot of moms on our team. And, I send my people with kids to our mama oilers. So it's really a great community that you can kind of rely on each other to help grow each other. And what's best for one is best for all. And that's what I really love about it. So, yeah. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the residual income effect too, because I had never really thought about residual income. And so the first few ranks, you're going to do more work than you're getting out. But I'm going to tell you, what we do sometimes can be hard to see, but what we do is simple. It's not hard. It's not rocket scientists. But sometimes you don't feel like you're growing, and you feel like it's, taking longer than you thought it would. But just stick with it, because in the end, it's worth it. Because life, you don't know what curveballs are going to come. And if I ever get another curveball like cancer thrown at me again, or if I lose my job, or if my parents, eventually will probably, pass, they're going to need me, I'm not going to get so swept off my feet financially that it's going to knock me over like it did when I got cancer. And I don't ever want to be in that situation again, because a woman who is not empowered is a very dangerous thing. And I've been in that situation. And so, I know we have a lot of amazing men on our team, but my heart is with women, because I can relate to them. And if you empower families, that's where you can change the world. So that's what it's really all about. So I wanted to talk a little bit about leadership and how you need to connect with your leaders. So I want everyone to contact the person who brought you here, or one of the leaders, and tell them why you want to do this business. Because there's going to be times when you're going to not feel it, because it happens to everyone. Because overall, if you look at it from a bird's eye view, your business is going to go like this, but you're going to have months where that is like going down and up, down and up, and down and up. And those down months sometimes are really hard. But I want you to tell your leader and say, hey, when that happens, and when I stop engaging, and when I'm not joining the meetings anymore, I want you to nudge me. Can you remind me why I'm doing this? So if we know your why, we can breathe that back into you. And also, if you like to process things alone and be a hermit, then let us know that too, so that we know. It's good to know your strengths and weaknesses, and tell people that you're working with your strengths and weaknesses, so that we aren't, crossing any lines with your, whatever you want us to do. So it's really important to stay connected to leaders. So I just had one of my leaders just had a baby, And she told me like, hey, I'm taking this month off. I'm backing off. So I'm just letting you know. That's awesome. Great. Cool. Go have fun with your baby. Go be a mama. Go breastfeed. Be with your family for sure. But if she didn't tell me that, and that, you know, I mean, I knew she was pregnant, but, you know, just as an example, then I wouldn't know what happened. And, you know, I wouldn't be able to like handle how she wanted me to handle that. So if I know, it's easier for me to work with people that are telling me what's going on in their life. So, so just know that it's sometimes it gets hard, but usually when it gets hard, you either have to go back to your oils, because the beautiful thing about this business is we have tools to help us along the way. We have abundance, we have envision, we have things to kind of bring us out of those funks. So that's an amazing aspect of this business. And also relying on your community is amazing. I actually didn't realize the impact that the community was going to have at first on me, but this community has brought me out of some of the hardest times in my life, and I'm so grateful for it. So what else? So be a product of the product. Make sure you have access to tools. You can watch, there's a lot of YouTube videos. Explore your virtual office. Your virtual office has great tools. Make sure you're connected to leadership. You don't have to say yes to everything. Don't, you know, like every class, every call, every post, everything, because it's a lot. Social media is a lot, but just make sure you're intentionally committed to a few things a week, and to grow yourself and grow your business and grow your learning, because there is a learning curve. So just have experiences, and don't think of them and don't judge them as good experiences or bad experience. Just have experiences with the oils, with your people, with leadership, and it'll start to flow better. So just don't judge it as good or bad, like, oh, that was a bad class. No, even if nobody shows up to your class, it's still a good class because you put it on your calendar and you're out there, and you know, and now you have to learn how to bring people into classes. So you're always learning, especially in the hard times. Don't worry if you don't understand the compensation plan right away. If you're not sure about where to place people and everything, just ask your sponsor, ask your enroller, ask your leaders. We're here to help you. And I would recommend trying to get to a Young Living event. Those are amazing. Young Living events are where you meet your people, where you meet people you're going to collaborate with. It's you condense so much training in one, and that energy that's at those events, like the convention or the Young Living rallies, they're just amazing. So I encourage you to try to do that. And I wanted to leave you with a couple of assignments. One is rip the Band-Aid off and host a class, whether it's by yourself or with your leader. So if you need help, Allie would be happy to host a class with you. I would be happy to host a class with you. Lila would be happy. Sylvia, Elizabeth, reach out to any of your leaders. But if you're feeling super courageous and you want to get that valor on, then have a class yourself. Use the oils before classes. I use Valor before I speak. I use lemon and Valor all the time before I do anything. Today I'm using gratitude because I'm so grateful to be here. And then so host a class, whether it's by yourself or with a leader, and post one thing. Is that higher unity? Post your favorite Young Living oil from the starter kit or outside of the kit in IOP or on your Facebook page, and do it from the heart. So pick your favorite product that you've already had an experience with, and share why you love it, what your experience was, what your testimony was. I was thinking about it today as I was putting on my deodorant. Our deodorant is $12, and sometimes you'll get like, oh, why would you why would you put, why would you buy $12 deodorant? Well, it's not because I don't know math and that I'm an idiot. It's because I'm empowered and I am the keeper of the threshold of my home, and I am only going to consume the highest quality, frequency, vibrational products out there. And I know, because I did my research over and over and over again, because when I had cancer, I knew for damn well sure that I needed the highest, best company, because I was never going to put another toxin in my body again, because I don't want cancer in my life at all, ever. So I didn't want my body to be overloaded with toxins and fillers and crap. So I know that Young Living is the best. So it's not because I suck at math, it's because I'm an empowered consumer. So our job is to empower others. Our job is to understand where people are and educate them to get to the next step. So that's it. Don't forget about your 2 assignments. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I'm so inspired by all of you for being here. And friend me on Facebook. Reach out if you need anything. I'm here. And I cannot wait to get to know you guys, because if you know Lila, then you must be an amazing individual, because I've already enjoyed getting to know her and her leaders. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And happy birthday, Lila. Thank you so much for hosting this event. I am so inspired by that. You just hopped right on to leadership, and I can't wait to see you on the diamond stage with all.
Wow, thank you so much. That was like, bam. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to see
Was
that.
it too much?
No, it was awesome. It was perfect.
Okay, good.
It was like, yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your story and for giving us the tips on how to grow our businesses, and just sharing your beautiful, unique self. I highly, highly value it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So if any of you guys on the team have any questions, or if I see some people not on the team, if you have any questions on how to get started, this is your chance. You can ask all of us right now. Either you just unmute yourself, or you can type the question in the chats. So a small mistake happened. I was so into the stories. I was like totally into stories. So Anisha, she took 2 of the oils, lavender and one more, and they are now in my alkaline water bottle. And she got really angry that she could not put the Magnify Your Purpose oil in here as well. So then I had to focus on 2 things. So she loves to walk around with the oils. Daddy does not allow her that always, but I do, because then I can focus on you at the same time as I'm with her.
She's an oiler.
Yeah, she's totally an oiler. So the thing that makes this business so beautiful for me is that I can be in this birthday party, business meeting kind of setting, and help other people get started on their journey to like give not only give a fish, I give the thing that you catch the fish with, empowering other people to actually be able to fire their boss and do what they like, at the same time as I'm taking care of my daughter, and she can be in this meeting because it's kid friendly, even though some minor things that oils in the water bottle happens. It's totally fine. So a question. No, Allie says, I'm so sorry everyone, I've got to get going. Nicole Ford, another person who can help you, is hosting an amazing event today where she is creating bags of blessings for people who are homeless. I get to bring my kids to this. Thank you so much for your time. Ask all the questions, send me a message. Don't forget how worthy you are. Okay, thank you so much, Allie. Bless you. Thank you for your time today and have an amazing event. Bye.
Bye, you guys. I love you
Thank
guys so
you.
much. Ask all the questions. Do all the things. The action steps that Kate gave are epic. Do them. Bye, you guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
You're being kidding. So nice. Thank you so much. So Anisha was trying to give Allie some oils when she was speaking. I don't know. Allie might need lavender and other one that I don't know the name of that's in my water. So yeah. Thank you so much again,
I have to
Kate.
plug in my phone.
And Anisha's waving. So do you have Åsa, Emily, Petra, do you have any questions? Yeah. And remember, no questions are bad questions. All questions are welcome. Petra, thank you for sharing your wonderful stories. How do I recommend us to grow our legs? So I'll mute myself right now.
So growing legs, you only need 6 to go diamond. And Young Living has this thing called the Fast Start bonus. And so if you lay out your 6, actually it's 7, you get these things called shares. And the first share is you have 2 stars on your team. And then what a share is they basically say, okay, for all stars, senior stars, and executives, we're going to have these shares. So they put 1% of all of their sales that month in a big bucket, basically. And if you get a share, it's divided by how many shares that month are distributed. And then you get however many shares you earn on your Fast Start bonus. So if you have 2 stars on your team, that's 1. If you have, I think then it goes to 1,000 and you get another one. I don't remember the exact numbers because I haven't done Fast Start in a while. I actually missed Fast Start bonus because I didn't understand it. So if you lay out your 6 people at first, but obviously it's not going to be like that. So if you have, so say you enroll your sister or something and she has a class and she's going to enroll people under her. As soon as you get someone to build or to go at 100 PV, you can start building under them. But you have to make sure that the people that you build under are either sharing themselves or so my sister, I have another sister, and she agrees that she's going to do the 100 PV because you have to be at 100 PV on Essential Rewards every month to qualify as a leg. So you have to make sure that the leg you're building under agrees at least to do the 100 PV. But always run with runners. So if you're building under someone and then someone else comes along and they tag up with that person and invest in the people that are willing to invest in themselves. So basically you don't want to go wider than, I say 6, but the Fast Start bonus is for 7. I only go 6 wide because you only need 6 for Royal Crown Diamond. But if you want to get those Fast Start bonus shares, you can do 7. You can get up to 6 shares as a executive and under. So it is it's a good bonus. It's about $50, I think, for each share usually. I mean, it depends on the percentage of the share, obviously, but it usually comes to about 50, 49, 52, whatever, however many sales they did that month. So, does that make sense, or is that too much? I know when you're strategic okay, so you have 3 days to move someone. So if you're not sure where you should put someone, you can always reach out to a leader and say, hey, where do I put this person? And we can kind of talk you through it. Allie and I actually train differently on this. I'm more of a strategic placer. I love strategic placement. Allie's a little more conservative about placing. So it depends on what you like. So you have 3 days to change it if you call Young Living, or 20 days if you email Resolution. So you can say, hey, I just enrolled someone. Can you change their sponsor? And then you can stack that way. So if you're not sure and it's something that you want to get started with right away, then every time you enroll someone, you can just ask a leader and they can talk you through it until you kind of get the hang of it yourself. So don't feel like if you enroll someone that they have to stay put, but you only do have those 3 days or those 20 days. So make sure you do it soon if you want to move them right away. And here's the thing, you're going to make mistakes. I have people on my team that I'm like, oh man, I wish that they were together. Or I wish that I put this girl under this girl. But as you rank up, you can pay to get people to move, but sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it is. It depends on what you want, but it's not scary. It's fun. It's a learning. You learn how to put personalities together. Sometimes you make mistakes, like I said, but a mistake is always a learning situation. Okay. There is, if you can actually Google the compensation plan. Also, the 4-year career is a great start book to understand the effects of residual income and the 6 plus times 6 times 6 of the strategic placement. And also, the income disclosure statement. So the income disclosure, it's www.youngliving.com/IDS. That is what the average is at each rank. So at star, I think it's about $72 a month. Senior star is $150 a month. Executives make about 400 or 500 a month, maybe 600. And then silvers make about 2,500 a month. And then it goes up from there. Golds make 6,000, platinums make 15,000. And so it's really good to instead of saying like, oh, I want to go diamond, to just do those small goals. And that's how you're going to reach the next tier. Because if you just understand how to get star. So star is 500 OGV. You don't have to have legs for star. You don't have to have legs until executive. So executive, you need 2 legs at 1,000 OGV each. So basically, let's say I'm me, and then say I enrolled Lila, and then I enrolled Allie, and they're both leaders, and they have to have 1,000 OGV in their leg and 1,000 OGV in their leg for me to go executive. But I have to have an overall OGV of 4,000. So whether that 4,000 is within that leg or outside of those legs. So that's kind of why you build legs and then you start working on the next one. So you're always thinking about the next rank ahead while you're working on the one that you're working on. So, but you don't really have to get too worried about that. You're going to learn as you go, and one day it's going to be like, oh, I get it. Just repetition. Just every person explains it differently. So watch different people explain the comp plan. And as you get pieces from each leader, it'll start to make sense. Is there any other questions? Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of.
So before executive, I can put people just under me. And then when I see somebody who is ready to grow team, I put under them. Yeah. So I recommend putting I keep my family together. So I don't have I do, because I didn't know this before, but I have a couple cousins that are kind of outliers, but I put my family together and keep them, and I strategically place under my family with family. So then if you're a part of a yoga studio or something, you kind of you can keep like yoga people together, or, you know, church people or whatever. And so ready to grow a team, I put under them. Yeah. So what I mean by run with the runners, as soon as you see a spark in your organization, you give energy where there's energy. It's hard to gain momentum off of something that's someone who's not building. So like Nicole's leg grows way quicker than my sister's leg. Like if I leave my sister's leg, it kind of like tanks a little bit. So I'm actually trying to work with a leader under her leg right now. But you want to breathe life where there's already life, and you'll see it grow more. But yeah, so executive, you need 2 people in your level 1 at 100 OGV, so, or 100 PV on their essential rewards to be a qualifying leg. And so this is executive. So executive is 4,000 total. Okay, to qualify, you would need one of these at 1,000 and another one at 1,000. And then, so that's 2,000 together, right? So then you'd need another 2,000. So you can either have this one be 1,500 and this one be 1,500. So that would make 3,000, and then have another, you know, maybe like a 500 out here and a 500 out here, or another 1,000. So whatever way, but you do have to have those 2 qualifying legs to go executive. So wherever you get the other OGV is up to you, and okay. But they say that you should always be thinking of a leg ahead. So if you're working on executive, you should have 3 legs going instead of just the executive legs, because you don't want to start from 0 when you're trying to build your gold leg. So you kind of move people so that they kind of grow. You want them to kind of grow together instead of having one thunder thigh, which is what I have. But that's okay. But that is going to take time to learn, and I think your leaders have a pretty good handle on it. So I don't usually let people get to that point. I encourage you to say, hey, Kate, can you take a look at my organization? I mean, I have 300 people on my team. So bring it to my attention, because I might not catch it, but just say, hey, Allie or Kate, can you look at my organization quick and see, can you rank map? We can rank map with you. So instead of just maniacally enrolling people, we can literally tell you where you need volume and what legs you need volume in. So we can go over that with you on like a personal call, or and like we can look at your particular organization, because everyone grows differently. You know, some people's 2 legs take off, some 1 take off. And so I try to get it pretty even so that you guys aren't stuck where I'm stuck, where you have this like huge leg and then you have like 3 kind of dead legs. But so I try to catch it, but just make sure that you're bringing it to my attention so that I can work with you, because I mean, with 300 people under me, I can't catch it all. I don't look at everyone's organization every day and be like, oh, where's she at? I just, you know, it's just, you just can't with that many people. So if you want to rank map with me, I'd be happy to rank map with any of you, which rank mapping is just planning out your OGV. So it's strategic and not just maniacal. And then we can give you steps like, okay, try to get this person to have a class because you need volume here, or try to get this person to have a class because you need volume here, or you know what I mean? So so we can do that for you.
Well, thank you very much. That will make things much easier to get help.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to speak to a group about their organization, just because everyone, you know, you never know who's going to take off where in your organization. So, you know, it's easier to look at like your organization, or, you know, Emily's organization, or, you know, so we can do it that way.
Okay, nice. Thank you. Bra med. All right, so
Oh, is there another question? Hold on.
no, I think you just answered Petra. If Petra
Oh,
could
good.
just write yes or no if it's answered.
So yeah, I see the way that you worded that. So you can when you change someone after the 20 days, you have to pay $35 to move them. That's why it's good to know right away where you want to strategically place. But you can, if you don't mind paying the $35, you can wait until you get a leader and then start putting people under that leader. But I don't think that that's necessarily, I think there is a fine line between enabling someone and strategic placement. Like, and this is my personal opinion, and it doesn't necessarily, like, you don't want to build someone up to silver without any of their help, or because then they're going to have a silver organization, and you're going to be busy with trying to get gold and platinum, and that leg is going to be totally reliant on you. So it's important to try to put leaders under leaders, kind of, you know, because you don't want to be dragging a leg around just on you, and you don't want to be dragging an entire silver organization around that is completely reliant on you. So like my sister, I built her up to executive, and now I'm kind of pushing off a little bit because I'm waiting for a leader to step up, because an executive organization is a big responsibility to just have all of those people relying on you. So I don't want to enable my sister too much I don't want to build her to silver and her still not be building the business. You know what I mean? So I'm actually working now with one of her legs, and I'm just strategically placing under the leader that's under her instead of her. I'm not building her organization for her. I'm just working with the leader that's involved. So so as soon as you get a leader, you work with that leader. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So like if in the first month I would get like 3 people on my team, and then I'm like, I think one of these people would be a leader. How would you place these 3 people under you?
You want your lead. If you can have it your way, you want your leader on your level 1. It is so amazing to have a leader on your level 1, because that energy is it's just so nice to have that. Like with Nicole's my level 1 leader. I just say, yo, Nicole, pass this on to your team. Bam. And then she tells her leader, hey, Elizabeth, pass this on to your team. Bam. So that's her love. So with my sister's leg, I have like a leader that I can tell that to, but then everyone outside of that is my responsibility. Like my sister won't reach out to those people, so I have to do all of that work. So if you can get your leaders in level 1, that is the golden ticket. But how long are you waiting to wait for a leader? You know, because you can kind of go executive and silver kind of a little, not on your own, but you know, not having like a super strong leader in one of the legs. Like I built my sister's leg to executive, but but my thought was, I'm going to do the work anyway if they're all in my level 1. So I might as well put it in the volume that I need. But it is really cool to have that energy on level 1 to just be like, yo, Nicole, pass this on to your team. And then she passes it on to her leaders, so that you're not, does that make sense? And once you get big, like, it's a good problem to have, but it's like, once you get big, it's harder to corral everyone that's not under a leader. You know what I mean? So, but my philosophy is I'm going to do the work anyway until I get a leader to work with. I mean, not that you get a leader and you just let them, you have to guide your leaders and you have to collaborate with them and work with them. I mean, making money off of other people's work is often misunderstood. Like I talk to Nicole almost every single day. So, I don't just like let Nicole be like, okay, good luck with your team, you know? So you work with your leaders, but I'm able to pass things along through her that I don't have, like, I know that if I tell her something, she's going to let her team know. And I don't have to go like, okay, does Lila know about this? Does Elizabeth? Wait, who did I miss? You know? So that level one is just like great energy to have in your level one. So if you have a leader and you think that they're going to be keep them in your level one and strategically place under them, because you want your strongest people on your level one.
Thank you.
Sorry, I hope I didn't over explain that.
No, the last part was good for me, at least. It got things much clearer. Anyone else has any questions for Kate? So I'm probably going to contact you after and let you if you could check my placements if I'm doing it right. If that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's rank mapping's fun. Rank mapping's fun because it gives you a plan, and it like when I think, oh my God, 35,000 OGV for gold, that's so overwhelming. But when you break it down and you're like, okay, that's, 2 silvers and, like one of my legs already qualifies for me to go platinum. I just have to get my other 2 legs up there. So I have the OGV. I just need the structure, well, I don't have the OGV for gold, but I'm just saying that like, I'm not going to have to worry about OGV. I'm going to have to worry more about structure. So breaking it down and saying like, okay, you need this person to go executive and this person to go star and this person to go star. It's like, oh, then it's not all on me. And like, if you just slowly know where you need the volume, then it's not as overwhelming, So rank mapping, you got to rank map with a leader because it does really break it down, and it makes it not so like, oh my God, silver, 10,000 OGV, like that's a lot. It's more like it shows you the teamwork,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do we have any more questions? Otherwise, I would like to thank you. You started with giving like the big vision. Why are we doing this? What are we aiming for? And then you answered some question, and we got on like really details on how to structure the organization. And before that, both of you and Allie shared like how to start sharing your business, like using the products yourself and getting like a really good story of why you are using the products, how you yourself are benefited. And if you are not benefited like immediately for yourself, like this wow story, you can borrow a story from your leader. So like most of my benefits from the oils are like, okay, like Frankishes, it will take me deeper and faster into the meditative state. But I mean, you can't compare that. You can't compare that story to the story of Allie's kid and your sister. So you can.
But also don't undermine your story. Mm-hmm. I've told stories about Daijais that were kind of just like, and it works. Don't think that you need this grandiose story, and like, don't think like, oh my God, that girl had cancer with her sister. Like, no wonder, you know, that's not true. Like, you don't need a grandiose story. You just need to know that they work for you, and people will, in that knowing, that energy, people will know that you know, and then they'll be like, okay, I get it, you know. So don't underestimate the power of a simple story too, you know.
Nice. All right, thank you.
But yeah, you can, some of the grandiose stories are fun to share because they are they're you know, they're powerful.
Yeah. Okay, great. So you start by sharing stories, small or big, and if you need help to organize your team, contact your upline. And all the people on my team, until I've learned this strategizing things properly, either contact Kate or someone else who has this clear for them. Because I will be contacting Kate. Because my team is growing so fast, so I haven't gotten all the knowledge. I just know I love the oils and I want to share them with the world. And then the other things are like second. So I'm not sure about the comp plan, and I'm not sure how to strategically put my downline. So I'm super, super happy that we are working in a team and I get all the help that I need from the beautiful uplines. And you should also take advantage of them, like in a nice way, of course, but because they're here for us. So yeah, I think we got, like, I got the big picture, I got the small picture, I got the details. So I'm super, super happy with this webinar. So if we don't have any other questions, I would like to give a warm thank you for donating your time and energy to us. And
thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys, don't be afraid to reach out. Kate Karpel, Karpel. Make sure we're friends on Facebook and Instagram, and whatever you need, I'm here.
Thank you.
And you have an amazing leader, FYI. Lila came out of nowhere and was like, I'm an amazing Young Living sharer. So you are so incredibly blessed with Lila, and I am so incredibly blessed I'm starting to get to know her. And I hope to come to Spain someday and
you are more
frolic
than welcome
in yoga world with her.
Nice. Thank you so much. Bless you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, because it's still the morning where you at.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.